Dad's birthday, my brother announced, "Pack your bags, loser, this house is going up for sale." Everyone cheered and raised their glasses. I stepped outside and made one phone call. 10 minutes later, the screaming started. See, 2 years ago when Dad had his heart attack, I discovered something. They were 3 months behind on mortgage payments. The bank was foreclosing next week. My family had no idea. Dad was too proud to tell anyone. So I used my entire divorce settlement, $180,000, to buy the house at auction. I created an LLC called Clearwater Holdings and let them keep living there without telling them. I figured I'd transfer it back once they got stable again. Now my brother Marcus thinks he can just sell it and split the money. He's already called 2 realtors. The irony wasn't lost on me. For 2 years, I'd been quietly paying property taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs. Every time something broke, I'd anonymously arrange for repairs. The new roof last spring? That was me. The HVAC system that mysteriously got warranty coverage? Also me. Marcus had been living rent-free in a house I owned, while constantly reminding everyone how successful he was compared to his loser sister. When I walked back inside, he was drawing renovation plans on napkins with his wife Jennifer. "We could add a wine cellar," he was saying, gesturing wildly with his beer. "And a home theater," Jennifer added, her eyes practically glowing with dollar signs. Mom was nodding enthusiastically. "Oh, and we could finally get that kitchen island I've always wanted." Dad sat quietly in his chair, looking uncomfortable but not saying anything. He'd always hated confrontation. My teenage nephew Tyler was on his phone, probably already shopping for the car Marcus had promised him from his inheritance share. "Actually," I said calmly, walking back to the dining room table, "I need to tell you something important." Marcus didn't even look up from his sketching. "If you're gonna beg us to let you stay, save it," he laughed. "Decisions made. Jenny already found us a realtor friend who can get us top dollar." "Really?" I said, sitting down across from him. "That's interesting because I just got off the phone with my attorney." Mom rolled her eyes dramatically. "Alex, honey, you can't afford an attorney. Stop being so dramatic about this." "James Morrison from Morrison & Associates," I continued, ignoring her comment. "He specializes in real estate law." Dad finally looked up with interest. "Why were you talking to a real estate attorney, sweetheart?" "Because I wanted to understand what happens when someone tries to sell a house they don't legally own." The room went completely silent. Even Tyler looked up from his phone. Marcus's pen stopped moving. "What are you talking about? Mom and Dad own this house. They've lived here for 30 years. They lived here for 30 years, I corrected calmly. "But they haven't owned it for the past 14 months. Dad's face had gone completely pale. "Alex, what are you saying?" I pulled out my phone and opened the email James had sent me. According to the county property records, this house is owned by Clearwater Holdings, LLC. It was purchased at foreclosure auction 14 months ago for $165,000. Marcus stood up so fast his chair nearly fell over. "That's impossible. There's no way." "The original owners, Robert and Margaret Hamilton," I continued, reading directly from the legal documents, "defaulted on their mortgage payments. The property went through foreclosure proceedings." Mom grabbed onto Dad's arm. "Robert, what is she talking about? We never got any foreclosure notices." "You did," I said gently. "Dad just never told anyone. He was handling it alone, trying to protect everyone from the stress." Dad's eyes filled with tears. "I thought I could fix it. I thought if I just worked a few more months, picked up some overtime, and you would have," I said. "But the timeline got away from you." Marcus was frantically scrolling through his phone. "This is insane. Who the hell is Clearwater Holdings?" I looked directly at him, watching as understanding slowly dawned on his face. "Marcus," I said quietly, "I am Clearwater Holdings." His phone clattered to the table. Jennifer's mouth fell open. Tyler actually said, "Holy shit," out loud before Mom could shush him. "You?" Marcus whispered. "You bought our parents' house?" "I bought your house," I corrected. "The one you just told me to pack my bags and leave. The one you've been planning to sell and split the profits from." The color completely drained from his face as the full implications hit him. "So when you called those realtors," I continued, standing up slowly, "you were essentially trying to sell stolen property. That's a felony, by the way." Marcus sank back into his chair, looking like he might throw up. "Now," I said, looking around the table at my family, "let's talk about who's really packing their bags tonight."